The second thing I'm going to talk about today is around business, trends that I'm seeing in the social space. And that's going to lead to a conclusion why social CRM is going to be so important for companies to keep up with customers that are using social. And then the third piece that I'm going to take you through is developing a social strategy for your company as you approach social business. Let's jump into it. So, social graphics. First of all, let me tell you about the two types of companies out there. And I think you'll know which type of company you are. Now, both companies are trying to catch fish. And these fish are our customers. Now listen, I never said you had to eat them, but you're trying to catch up with them. Now, one type of company, what they do is they focus on the tools and the technologies, whether that be Twitter or Foursquare, go on, and all they do is they're jumping from the next strategy. Anytime you hear anybody say we need a Twitter strategy or a blog strategy, those are people that are what I call just focusing on the technologies. Unfortunately, that is a bad strategy because you may be setting up your shop in the middle of the desert because you don't know where your customers are. The other type of companies, and I think these are the smart folks in this room, you're focused on surveying the seascape to understand where are your customers, what are they talking about, how do they use social technologies so you can catch big fish, really big fish. So the moral of the story is to fish where the fish are. Understand where your customers are and how do they use these types of technologies. Let me break it down for you. You've probably heard of demographics. Who are people? The second thing is geographics. What are they actually, where are they online? The third one down is psychographics. What do they care about? What are their drivers? Why would they actually come to this conference? And that's what is behavioral. What do they do with information? Well, if you're going to play in the social space, you must know social graphics. And that's how do customers use social technologies. I'll take questions in between the major sections. So hold on to your questions about social graphics and we'll jump into it. Social graphics answers 5 particular questions. The first one is where? Where are your customers online? And by the way, if you want to find out more about this, we publish it all for free using open research on our blogs and webinars at the Alternative site. The next one is what are your customers' social behaviors online? And I'll show you some examples in a minute. The third one is, who do they trust to get information, and in particular, in social content? How many of you came here to this conference because you knew some other people were coming as well? Did anybody influence that? All right. And the next question is, who do you influence? Think about all of those folks that tweeted and checked in they were coming here. You're influencing and exerting influence over your followers and friends. That's that fourth question. Who are they influencing? And the fifth one is, how do they use social technologies in the context of your business? You know, I can't always look back here. Usually what I do is I double-fisted. I have an iPhone in my hand watching the stream, and then I can see what people are saying. I spoke at Web 2.0, and somebody tweeted, this guy's really boring. So I shifted to Q&A. I shifted to Q&A. So instead of me turning around and looking here, I'm going to be watching your visual cues to see if somebody's saying something funny or snarky.
If the people want me to get a tattoo, then we can skip over that.
Tattoos? That's for tonight, I think. So we also look at the behaviors at using this particular engagement pyramid, and this is how you would map out how people are using their behaviors. At the very bottom, you want to find out your consumer base. You want to actually map this out. Are they consuming socially created content? Are they reading blogs, podcasts, videos, or comments? And how many of them are doing it? What percentage? The next behavior up is sharing. Are they sharing content? Are they retweeting, passing it to their friends, using Delicious, or they're liking something on Facebook? The next level up is commenting. And these are people that are leaving their thoughts and opinions, rating or ranking, maybe using tools like Bazaar Voice or Discuss or even Echo on the sites. And towards the top here is producing. These are folks that are creating blog posts, videos, like Tatiana's creating a video of me right now, or uploading pictures in real time. These are all the producing behaviors. Keep in mind, this is not roles, these are behaviors. And a single individual can do all of these things in the context of 1 minute. And at the very highest level is the curator role, behavior. And this is somebody who's created a dedicated blog, or a Wikipedia page, or a Facebook group. Here's a little tidbit. Did you know one of the most popular Facebook pages is the code page in Facebook? by customer, not marketing. They had to go back and get it back from them. So that's an example of a curator. And what we can do is actually map out, and I encourage you to map this out, this data. This is an example of United States data towards that engagement pyramid. And you can see towards the bottom, 80% of, let me do the same percent. This is online consumers that are adults in the United States. But we can translate this to other countries or segments or demographics, whatever you need to do. 80% of them are watching or consuming socially created content per month. 61% of U.S. online consumers per month are sharing content. They're spreading it to each other. Commenting, about a third of them, and producing a quarter. And then less than 1%, because it's such an influential and time-consuming thing, are the curation abilities. Now, if you look over in the next column, you'll see that it starts to jump up incredibly in South Korea. In fact, commenting went from 36% in U.S. to 3/4. And take a look at producing. It's nearly double. Let me open up to the room. Why do you think South Korea has a higher social graphics pyramid? Any thoughts? Please.
Higher adoption of mobile video.
Good? Yes?
Is it more visual culture?
Visual culture? Could be.
They hate email.
What's that?
They hate email.
You know, but who doesn't? What about the infrastructure?
Yeah.
Big fat pipe there. Over 90% of youth are on the social network side world. It's part of their cultural behaviors. In fact, this is odd. I have a lot of tidbits as I travel around and talk to all these companies that are doing this. But there were users in side world, and they were in their early Gen X, Gen Y. And what they wanted for their corporate bonus at the end of the year, they wanted the side world acorns, which are virtual dollars, so they could decorate their virtual page in side world. That is what they wanted rather than actual currency, real world currency. It was that important to them, that behavior. So the takeaway is, each culture, each age group, each one of your customer personas is going to have a different social graphics persona. Now you're probably asking, Jeremiah, why is it important to know this? Get ready. If I know this is my customer type, then I know I should be spending maybe around 80% of my time making sure that I create content that they're going to need. Or if I see that 61% of them are going to share, I need to put sharing features on my corporate site. Or if I know about 30% of them are commenting, what should you do? This actual data of how their behaviors, of what they're doing in the social space, will translate how you deploy. So know your customers first. This is just a hypothetical example, like a silly persona. I would expect that you could have this for all of your particular persona types in the company. So to summarize what social graphics is, understand the social graphics of your customers, and you should be getting this from a variety of data sources. Deploying online surveys, looking at your existing customer records, using brand monitoring software, whether it's free or the professional enterprise grade. There's a lot of ways you can assemble it and model this data. Social graphics will vary on each culture, region, and market segment. And this will help you identify what you have to do next, which we'll talk about in segment 3. Let me take a quick pause, see who's talking trash about me on Twitter, and take some questions. Mitch.
A quick question. You talk about that the culture has different social graphic profiles. What about industries?
Yes. When I was at Forrester, we did research to find out how the behavior, social graphics of CIOs differ than the U.S. online consumer. And we